All right. So, as we get started today, things are going to be a little different. I don't know entirely how I want to do this, but if you don't know, currently Comic-Con is going on. And basically every other year, Marvel sits down and does their big Comic-Con announcements. It is not a live event. It is only like you have to get to people on Twitter to see what they're saying about it. And only then can you know what actually is going to be happening. So the three primary people we're using is Brandon Davis, discussing films, and the new rock stars. We'll be switching back and forth between those three feeds, as they tend to be the people who know what they're doing and know what they're talking about. Brandon Davis tends to, when we talked about this 2 years ago, he was the best source. Panel hasn't started yet. Convention Center Wi-Fi on 2 devices so that I can every tweet posted. Footage to start the new panel. There was an idea. All right. So yeah, right now this is happening live. They're running a little late. In theory, my plan tonight was that we were just going to sit down and talk about all of this later. But due to circumstances, they're actually running late. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I've got enough time. Let's actually just sit down and live react to it. The last time this happened was when we got the announcement that they changed the King Dynasty into Secret Wars, and they changed what's it called into and they announced Robert Downey Jr. So we're going to be doing something similar here. I don't know how do I want to format this? Like, what if I do this? Don't I have like a full screen? Yeah, I've got that. That's a little better. Let me do some readjusting on this real quick. Okay, I think I know where I want to cut it. Maybe a little. Let's do around there. Oops, wrong direction. Maybe this will go. Let's do a little more than 1,000. 1,015. Let's cut off some of the top. I'm gonna have to undo all of this later. Yeah, that's fine. And let's cut off some of the bottom. There we go. All right, so you got the big feed, and I can switch over. Hey, there's discussing films, and boom, there we go. There's whatever. I got Twitch chat somewheres on here, if anybody shows up. Yeah, that works for me. I don't know, I have not done this in forever, but I was just like, yeah, you know what, spur of the moment, you never know what they're going to talk about, so we might as well. I should steal. Can I just steal this? Oh, boom, I can. Actually, I don't even really want, though, that. Actually, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, here's our very impromptu setup. So the goal tonight is we're going to talk about whatever's going on. We're not going to be playing a game. I might get some music up. Maybe I'll boot up some Mario Kart World music or something. Maybe I'll look into that right now. Okay, they've got all. Is there just a way where I can see all the music? I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Oh yeah, boom, there we go. Nintendo Music. Let me refresh the page. Anything new? Ryan Gosling is Ghost. What? Ryan Gosling is Ghost Rider. Sean Levy will direct Ghost Rider. Ken Feige says that he has seen Star Wars Starfighter, and it's amazing. There had been rumors about Ryan Gosling kind of floating around. I know Magneto was one of them, but I don't think... I want to say the rumor is Adam Driver. Wow. Started with footage in the theaters of the portal scene. This is the encore. Footage recuts footage from the movie with text on the screen. Story continues. And so we're going to talk about, of course, all the announcements, but I'm also going to talk about, you know, just everything else going on and all that. Is there just a... I don't know. I'll figure this out. Ghost Rider. Because I do also kind of want to just give up my thoughts on the state of the MCU. All right, can you hear that? All right, there's just some light music in the background. Nothing crazy, just something. So that's the goal tonight, is we're just gonna talk about the MCU as these new tweets roll in, some of my thoughts, maybe, because here's the thing, this was the big news story. This and the Avatar movie, which I hadn't seen the Avatar movie yet. Well, you know, for all intents and purposes, I have not seen the Avatar movie yet. So there was a part of me that was gonna do this tomorrow, so that way I'd have a chance to see the new Avatar movie. But I guess maybe it doesn't matter, because we have this instead. Ghost Rider arrives in 2028. So that's after Secret Wars, after the other one. And there's our logo. Ryland Grace himself is Ghost Rider. I don't hate it. I really do not hate it. I think it's a fine casting. Ooh, that was... I think it's fine. You know, we need some sort of new Ghost Rider. I do wonder, obviously they're going to be doing more traditional Ghost Rider other than Robbie Reyes. Is that the second one where he drives the car and he was in that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show? I'm presuming they're going to do more typical... Oh, here we go. Okay, let's try Eric. Scene from Spider-Man Brand New Day is being shown. Because that's something we're talking about next week. John Bernthal just crashed the panel. You know, it's fun to like Marvel. I know right now everyone's kind of in their Marvel fatigue. Oh, we've had too much. Oh, they're oversaturated. And some of that I do agree with. Specifically on the TV show front, I could care less about most of the Marvel TV shows. And that kind of sucks. You know, I like Marvel. And even though technically at heart I'm a DC guy, I do like Marvel. And yet I just cannot get into some of these TV shows, even the good ones like Wonder Man or X-Men 97. I just can't get into, despite, you know, trying. I've tried. But the movies still do it for me. I can still sit down and see a movie. He's fighting the Hulk, and the Hulk comes out. Spidey leaps, straps his webs to Frank, pulls him to the ground under the Hulk. The Hulk shoots up at him. Slow-mo. Fucking awesome. Hulk is full of rage but catches an explosive and can still talk. Kinda smart. Frank and Peter talk about MJ for a moment. Punisher bailing on the fight, and the Hulk and Frank kinda admits to it. I am excited for Spider-Man, because that's the other thing, is despite everything else, I am interested in Spider-Man. You know, the movies still do it for me. I'm still interested in the movies. It's just, I can't get into the TV show. I try all the time. And it just don't do it. It just doesn't do it for me. But hey, you know, we're getting more movie news. Ghost Rider. I don't know too much about Ghost Rider. Most of what I know about Ghost Rider, sadly, comes from the Nicolas Cage movies and the related. But I think it's cool. You know, Kevin Feige recently talked about how he feels like one of his biggest failures is that he couldn't get the Blade movie. That, you know, they were trying so hard to get Blade, and yet they rewrote it like 4 times, and it's just the biggest stain on his career. And that's, like, Ghost Rider is not similar, but it kind of feels like they're doing something like that. So for a drink tonight, I should say, I'm not an iced tea guy. I know down here in the South, iced tea is big. Everybody loves iced tea. I'm not really a tea guy. I'm more of a lemonade guy. And that extends to Arizona iced tea. I'm not really an Arizona iced tea guy. But I saw a thing where the Rizzler, you know, from the Costco guys, did a collaboration with Arizona iced tea. And to Arizona Rizzler berry. And it's more of a juice than it is an iced tea. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll try it. I fucking love this thing. It's not the best thing I've ever had or anything, but it's pretty good. And I've been having a good time with it. I bought multiple, and this is my last one. But, ooh, are they good. Cast of Doomsday is revealed on surprise stages in the back of Hall H. There was talk about a motorcycle earlier. I wonder, because that was a thing. Was that Ghost Rider? Or is that just completely, you know, coincidental? Huh, I don't actually know. Because it doesn't seem like they brought out a motorcycle. Okay, we got the cast of Avengers Doomsday. So I'm assuming these are more or less our... Yeah, okay. I guess, you know, maybe this is where the screen comes in. Because, yeah, you can kind of see them all. Yeah, that's a better look. I don't know. I've seen a lot of, I don't want to say slander about the new Avengers, but the idea is like, oh, back in the day, you know, we had Thor, we have Hulk. Now we just have 4 different Captain Americas. And, oh, you know, someone with Ghost, the one person with actual powers. And then we got the Fantastic Four. And then, yeah, at least the new Avengers. And then the old Avengers, again, you got a Captain America. You've got Master of the Martial Arts. You've got Black Panther. Ooh, what is... I guess we can listen to this. All right, let's see what this is. Okay, that's cool. Again, Ghost Rider is a good idea, I think, in theory. Wait, where did it all go? Oh, there we go. Fucking Haley Atwell. Of course, Haley Atwell is back. Well, my guess is she's playing Captain Carter. Or she's not playing Captain Carter, she's just playing, Haley Atwell, Peggy, instead of, the industry plant that is Captain Carter. I don't hate Haley Atwell, I should say. Like, I liked her in the Mission Impossible movie. But, definitely in the MCU, people call her an industry plant. And like, yes, there is an inherent level to everything is an industry plant, especially in comics. The writers will just give their favorite characters better stories. But, here's the thing. The original Captain Carter story in What If was fine. The second one was like, okay, if they want to do a follow-up, I'm okay with that. But then they just kept doing them. And What If, talk about such a great idea with such a botched execution. Like, oh, we're gonna just do all these multiversal what if stories for the multiverse saga. Oh, that sounds like so much fun. And then they're all just so boring. Some of them are good. Some of them I did like. The one with young Peter Quill, that one was pretty decent, I remember. The mech one where they do fucking kaiju battles was such a disappointment. That one should have been great. And it just let me down. It just was not good. And I don't know how they fucked that up. But they fucked that up all right. There's a few other ones like that. Or there's ones like I don't care about. Like the one, what if the Winter Soldier met the Red Guardian? Who asked for that? Who cared about that one? You got them. Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. So I haven't actually talked about the Avengers Doomsday trailer. I guess I should at some point. Overall, I think the Doomsday trailer is kinda It's got some okay moments. The problem is they showed off that trailer like 6 months ago at a Comic-Con. And we knew about it from then. And then it was just kind of waiting to hear more. And then finally we get to see it. And like, yeah, it's whatever. Some of it looks okay. Like some of it, like Shang-Chi fighting Gambit. Yeah, that looks cool. That's got potential. Even though I know a lot of people have been like, why is Gambit here? Gambit was never even in the Fox universe. It's because people liked him in Deadpool and Wolverine. Sure, he was never in the Fox universe, but he's being retroactively put into it because people liked him in that movie. Decisions will be made. You'll have to be on the side of the good guys, or you'll have to consider an alternative, joining the family of Doom. So, there has been a lot of speculation. There's specifically one shot in the movie. Ever since Marvel has been doing this, basically since Infinity War, if not longer, where they'll intentionally leave blank spots where they're removing characters from trailers. And so I've seen speculation that there's one shot in the trailer where you see like the two Avengers and the Fantastic Four together, and there's a spot in the middle, and it's like, what if that's Doom? What if Doom goes out and isn't the bad guy? Like, what if Robert Downey Jr. isn't presenting himself as the villain, but instead something else? And yeah, I think that is totally within the realm of possibility of something they could be doing. Because Doom is a very complicated character. So complicated that I don't think a singular movie can like actively sum him up. Even if he was like given his own thing. But trying to, because like it worked so well with Thanos. Like, yeah, we had seen Thanos like 3 times. 2 of the times was just him sitting in the chair. And then the third one was him in Guardians where he says like 3 lines. But they just did such a good job at building up Thanos in Infinity War. And Doom, well, Doom is good, he is Doom. just having Doom there doesn't immediately build up to the character. Doom doesn't immediately make things interesting. Will Reed and Doom have a history together in Doomsday. Bestie, says Paige. And then, oh god, are we getting a new Deadpool? Someone said, like, had the idea of, like, hey, what if we do Deadpool, but he, like, goes back in time and inserts himself into older movies? And, like, yeah, it's kind of a dumb idea, but I don't hate it. You got a big cast. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Because there's a part of me that's like, I would like another Deadpool. Even though the last one wasn't perfect. I still like him enough, and this is coming from someone who doesn't like Deadpool comics. I would be fine if they were more like, hey, let's do like a, not Deadpool spin-off, but like, just have him only be tangentially related. I think that'd be okay. There's a gray Deadpool. Ask Paul 1, where is Thor and why was he crying? He's a Wrexham fan. Huh. Gosh, this Mario Kart music. We go from fucking Rainbow Road, the title theme. I wonder why he's gray. That. What is that? Yeah, there's a part of me that wants to be excited. That wants to have fun with it. But also, it does kind of feel like the moment is over. Whereas, you know, DC is struggling just to get a moment. At least Marvel had their moment. And now they're just kind of squandering around the lacklusterosity. Because who knows what the fuck's gonna happen. Meanwhile, DC, you get one good movie, and I don't know, Clayface looks okay. I hope it's good. Kind of like Supergirl, you know, it's probably okay. But I don't think it's going to do well at the box office. That'd be a fun, you know, that'd be a funny post-credit scene. See, this is what I get for streaming earlier in the day. I gotta take calls and, you know what happens. It's fine. New poster. See, I think it looks okay. I think it looks okay as far as designs go. Like, I can clearly tell what they're going for. It's got the armor. I don't know if this is the armor made out of part of his... Is it his mother's soul or is it his lover's soul? I genuinely don't know all of Doom's shit. I don't know. And here's the thing. You want to know another thing? I understand why they abandoned Kang. Because at the end of the day, Kang, people weren't really vibing with him. And my big thing is that they fucked up Quantumania. If Quantumania had been good, they would have just recast Jonathan Majors. But the fact that it wasn't meant all the work they had put into Kang, they're just shifting over to Doom. And I know some people want, like, oh, what if you just have the Council of Kangs and then Doom comes in and kills them all with the ultimate nullifier? And, like, they could do that, but it'd also be kind of cheap. Same thing with if they did, what's it called? Like, there's that shot in the trailer where Doom stops Thor's axe with 2 fingers. Does anybody else think that reminds them of the comics? Where, you know, there's that scene where Thanos calls out Doom for being a god, and then Doom just rips his spine off. I kind of worry that the same thing's gonna happen to Thor. Like, we know Thor's in this movie, he plays a non-insignificant part. But I could also just see Doom ripping his spine out. Either him or a variant or something. It'd be kind of cheap, but I could see them do it. But yeah, here's the other thing. Is after Captain America Brand New Day, whatever it was called, where it's like, hey, we're bringing back the Master, who was a villain, you know, over a decade ago. They could always just wait a decade and bring Kang back. Bring back the Council of Kangs, and be like, yeah, we were setting all that stuff back in the day, but now here we are. I think it was Kevin Feige said something about like, oh, the next Marvel film, you know, after Secret Wars, it isn't going to be a reboot. And like, listen, the comics said the same thing. After 2015 Secret Wars, they said, oh, the next thing isn't going to be a reboot. And while yes, it's technically not like a DC style reboot, it was still for all intents and purposes a reboot. And I feel like the same thing is going to happen here with the MCU. Like, it's not a reboot, but for all intents and purposes, it is a reboot. Hall H footage of Doomsday description. Sue Storm describes Victor Von Doom. She knows he was a lot, but didn't know how broken he was. Doom says that all these people have lived stolen lives, and now they must give them back. Reed grabs Victor's shirt and yells, "Answer me, Victor. Did you do this?" Thor tries to bring the axe down on his head, but Doom flicks it aside with ease before yeeting Thor away with the green sorcery. He raises the Sentinels and turns into the frame full of so much power. Interesting. So stuff like that, we usually, like, well, we get, like, descriptions. Well, they can take video and whatnot of all these moments. They can't actually film, like, any of the trailer stuff. Or at least they're not supposed to. Stuff does get leaked every once in a while. But not as much as you think. All of you have lived stolen lives, and now must give them back. What does that? Because the other thing is going into Secret Wars and Doomsday are they doing incursions? Like, the MCU did set up incursions in Doctor Strange, that the Marvel Universe was going to an incursion. And so is that what, because we kind of figured the incursion in Doomsday was going to be the X-Men, the Fox X-Men universe, having an incursion with the Marvel Universe. So that's what we had been wondering. And I mean, I still think that's probably going to happen. Because in the comics, the Cabal, which is like a group of supervillains, go around and just genocide planets in order to stop the incursions. And then like a small life draft makes it out, as well as a few, people like Doom who takes over, and he starts his new world. Allegedly, the Doom at the end of the Fantastic Four movie wasn't even Doom. It was actually Doctor Strange as his like second in command Sorcerer Supreme, which if you've read Secret Wars, that would kind of make sense. Doesn't make as much sense in the movie, but it could. There's one more thing. Ryan Coogler's on stage. Here's the other thing. I don't know how long this panel is going to be. Black Panther 3 hits December 15th, 2028. So that's a year after Secret Wars. Okay, if you ever saw Black Panther 2, spoilers, I guess. At the end of Black Panther 2, they revealed that T'Challa had a son. And then we've got Shuri here. Are they going to use the excuse of Secret Wars to age up T'Challa's son? Or are they doing something else? And Ryan Coogler coming back is great. He's an amazing director. Like, that's fantastic. You know, he's coming off of getting that Oscar. I do wonder what they're gonna do with it. Because that logo gives me nothing, but I think that's okay. Because, okay, so Tim Geddes has been speculating that they're gonna break Secret Wars into 2 movies. That the story of Secret Wars is so complicated that you need to break it up into 2 stories. Secret Wars Part 1, Secret Wars Part 2, you know, they could call it something different. Like, oh, this is Secret Wars, and then Secret Wars Part 2 is actually just called, like, Avengers Annihilation or something. And that's possible. That's kind of already what's happening with Doomsday. But Doomsday is very clearly the lead up to Secret Wars. Whereas this is, you know, then there's actual movie Secret Wars. And then there's going to be whatever happens afterwards. So what are the slots we know? We know Spider-Man comes out this week or next week. We have Doomsday in December, Secret Wars a year after that. Do we know about anything else? David Johnson. Who is that? David Johnson. Oh, he was in the Long Walk. Okay, I do recognize him. Or at least I know that one. Yeah, I think that's fine. He was also in Alien, because that's Wayland Yutani. Junior will have grown up in Black Panther 3. The movie will be captured on film, hit theaters. That's a weird detail. Unless they're like trying to use like, you know, old school, you know, kind of like how Nolan's been doing the 70mm thing. Or then using like, doing like no digital cameras. Yeah, it's artistic choices. Black Panther duo. Interesting. Okay. See, I just don't know enough about Black Panther to be able to tell you, like, oh, what would be the Black Panther story they might do next. Because Namor made sense for the second. I want to say even before the second one had been, like, fully announced and was just rumored, there was already talks about Namor. I don't know other Black Panther villains, so I couldn't even begin to tell you. Yoshi something? Yeah, whatever. Oh. Let's see. So yeah, as I was saying, what other Marvel movies? Let's see. All right, let's see. This is, I'm just going to pull from an IGN article. Marvel 2026 and beyond. We have Spider-Man Brand New Day, which comes out next week. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which is getting a second and a third season. I actually did like that show. I don't think it started off strong, but by the end, it was pretty good. Yeah, I kind of like Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood. Avengers Doomsday is October 18th. Vision Quest is October 14th. Daredevil Born Again is next year. Avengers Secret Wars is December. Ghost Rider obviously just got announced. X-Men 97 is getting a season 3. Wonder Man's getting a season 2. There's another Shang-Chi movie, I guess. There's an X-Men thing. Armor Wars, which there was a rumor that Armor Wars was being reworked into a new movie starring whoever's going to be replacing Robert Downey Jr. And then there's the Blade movie, which is reportedly canceled. So we really don't have anything between Doomsday and Secret Wars. That's kind of surprising, because that's a full year. And like between that, during, you know, Infinity War and Endgame, we had 2 movies. We got Ant-Man 2, which I will defend. I like Ant-Man 2. And we got Captain Marvel, which was pretty decent. From 2008 to 2026, Robert Downey Jr.'s journey in the MCU. Yep, it's been a long time. So, did we not get a date for Ghost Rider, I'm realizing? Yeah, just 2028, so I guess they're more confident about Black Panther, or they have, like, there's already, like, this is the story we want to tell. Whereas with Ghost Rider, it's just, oh, you know, this is a thing. You know, we're in pre-production. Whereas I guess they're in a little bit less pre-production, but still obviously in pre-production. Oh, this is Baby Park. Doubled. Oh, that's funny. So, while we're sitting here, I guess I should say, I have been playing Splatoon Raiders. I've been having a very good time with it. But one of the criticisms I've seen against Splatoon Raiders is the music. You know, Splatoon has very good music. Has some weird music, but it also has some very good music. Splatoon Raiders does not. That's one of the biggest criticisms I've seen against the game. And I kind of agree. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. It's very understated. It is a little weird. I will fully admit it is kind of weird sometimes. Like just the bloops and bleeps. But outside of that, I have really been enjoying Splatoon Raiders. All the gear. Another complaint I heard was the customization. I think the customization's fine. You unlock new outfits for like doing certain challenges. You know, it's kind of like achievements. And it's cool. It works out pretty well. I've been having a good time. I've been playing through. I've done the first 2 bosses. The first boss I didn't really care for. It really felt like a bullet sponge. The second boss, on the other hand, I liked a lot. I thought that one was a lot more creative. The spectacle of it alone made it much more interesting to me. The rest of the levels are fine. I always go for the double rewards on the Spiralite levels, and it makes those levels feel very long, but I think that's okay because it's completely optional. There are challenge levels that are more like you know how like in the Octo expansion, there would be levels that are like, hey, you know, beat this level with just a bomb, or beat this level with just, you know, a special. This does something similar to that. And I really like beat the level with only a splatchet. I like levels like that. All right, let's hit that one.
I want to say thank you so much. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you to this amazing family that I have the honor and the privilege and blessing.
Okay. Yeah, I've been enjoying Splatoon Raiders. It's been a good time. My one thing, so if you ever played a game like Punch Club is just the first thing that comes to my head. They give you the choice between you can do a power build, a speed build, or I think it's like agility build. You have 3 options, and you can only spec into one of those builds. So it's like, okay, on this playthrough, I'm just gonna do a power build. And then on the second playthrough, I do a speed build. I kind of was expecting Splatoon Raiders to work the same way with its 3 tanks. That, oh, you know, this playthrough of the game, I'm gonna primarily use the power tank. Like, that's gonna be my tank. And then on my second playthrough, maybe I'll do a run with the tactics tank. No, instead the game is very much built around encouraging you to use all 3 tanks. Technically, you don't have to. If you just want to use the power tank, you can exclusively use the power tank. But the game gives you enough resources that switching back and forth between all 3 of the tanks is pretty easy to do. Same thing with like which of the 3 companions, Shiver, Fry, or Big Man, you can easily switch back and forth. And I know some people are gonna like that, oh, you have this freedom to switch whenever you want. But for me, it makes the game feel a little bit less replayable. Like, oh, now on future playthroughs, instead of being like, oh, well, I'm gonna do my future playthrough with, you know, the power tank, and then just get a completely, not different game, but it's gonna feel very different. Because I've been using all 3 tanks, it's probably not gonna work like that. I mean, it might, you know, maybe, you know, you can do those challenges, power tank only. I'd be curious to see someone, you know, Game Champ 3000. I'd love to see her do a no weapons run in Splatoon Raiders. That'll be interesting. You would definitely have to use the splatchet. The splatchet would be so important. But I've definitely found, you know, some of the weapons I like. The splatchet is just so satisfying to use. The turret, I think the turret works fine. I like how the turret works. None of the speed ones really do it for me. I mean, I definitely see that they're all built around like working together, all of the speed power-ups, but they just, I don't know, they don't do it for me as much as the other 2 do. Because, you know, I like the bigger damage, and you can get the damage with the others. Whereas the speed palette very much seems to be built around combos and comboing stuff together. This one, less so. Really, that's it. That's the panel. Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider, coming out. The Marvel studio has concluded. Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider, directed by Sean Levy, coming out 2028. David Johnson playing T'Challa Jr. in Black Panther 3. The new Avengers Doomsday trailer was shown. It was terrifying. Scene from Spider-Man. No updates about. That's interesting. I was you know, because I know there's this rumor that next week, when we see Spider-Man, we're going to find out Jean Grey is being played by Sadie Sink. And maybe that's why I want to say D23 is also later this year. That I want to say, yeah, D23 is coming out. Is D23 this year? Yeah, so D23 is in August. So we'll find out more then, I guess. I don't know, I guess I was kind of just hoping for like one more thing. I don't even need to know much about like Secret Wars or... I'm just surprised. I'm surprised that's it. Huh. I was really expecting more tonight. I'm a little disappointed. You know, I was ready to go for... They didn't even go for an hour. Technically, the panel didn't really even start until like 7. And it's barely 7:50. Wow. I guess that's it. Okay, they're interviewing some of the cast. You know, go check out Discussing Films on that. So yeah. They didn't talk about any of the TV show. You know, we have a Vision Quest show coming out in October. Didn't even mention it. Every time I refresh this page, that fucking picture. I mean, I know they said at the start we're only going to be talking about movies, but still. I think the TV stuff has been failing. I really do think that, you know, for as much as they expected the TV stuff to be popular, it just hasn't been. And as a result, they're not like scaling back. I hope they're scaling back, but they're just talking about it less. You know, they're dumping stuff on Disney Plus, and hey, maybe it'll be like Wonder Man. Maybe people will like it, or maybe no one will give a shit. Huh. I don't know. I guess I expected just a little bit more. Black Panther's cool. Ghost Rider is interesting, but I don't know. I see. Here's the thing. I don't even know what I was expecting. Because you got all these movies that Ghost Rider, Black Panther, these are all 2 years away. And then the stuff this year, again, Spider-Man comes out in like 4 days. And then Secret Wars is the end of the year. And we just got the trailer, which I guess I don't get what is with these companies and being like, oh yeah, here's the trailer for our new movie, but we don't want you making reaction videos of it. You know, even though that spreads it to more and more audiences. Nope. If you try to make a reaction video to our trailer, we're just gonna bring down the ban hammer and copyright strike you because fuck you. I don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah. Do I have anything else to talk about? Any bit of, I don't know, bite-sized news or whatever? Like I said, we didn't watch Avatar. The only other piece of news I wrote down this week, God of War Laufey comes out in like, what is it? 2 days? Or comes, no, not comes out. God of War Laufey got a release date, February 16th, 2027. February is already a busy month. If you know anything about what's been going on, February is already a pretty busy month. Fable comes out then. What other games come out in February? Well, fuck it. We got a second. I'm not in any rush. All games coming out. Just scroll all the way down. October. September is busy. Obviously, November is that. Estimated Q4 stuff. Estimated 2026 stuff. February. Oh, Tomb Raider was the other one I was forgetting. Tomb Raider is the 12th. God of War is the 16th. Persona 4 Revival is the 18th. Fable is the 23rd. And then Metro 2039 is also sometime in February. That's a busy fucking February. Wow. It's clear everything that moved out of the way of Grand Theft Auto just moved to February. Because nobody wants to come out in January. January is typically a dead month. You know, it's right after Christmas. People have spent all their money on the holiday season. Nobody wants to do anything. So instead, you move to February. And yeah, because we know for a fact Fable moved out of the... It was originally going to come out this year. And when they announced the delay, they were like, we're doing this to get out of the way of GTA. God of War, probably the same thing. If it wasn't for GTA, I would bet money that this was going to come out in November. Tomb Raider is probably the same thing. Wow. But that doesn't surprise me at all. And then another thing is when we got this, right before we got the announcement of the release date, they said that Kratos will be leading the next God of War game. So all the sexist people who are being sexist against this game, well, hey, the next game will star your big, burly, beefy man, you know, that you really wanted. So there's that. There's that, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got. What a weird fucking show this was. Like I said, usually July is a dead month. Usually there's no news in July. And sure, I could have made stuff up, but what's the fucking point? My only good reaction tonight was Ryan Gosling as Ghost Rider. And that's because we had just gotten started and I was like, what's going on? I guess I'm gonna go watch the new Avatar. Yeah. So we'll be back next week, because fuck it, why not? I got nothing else to talk about. Oh, I had the Arizona Rizzler iced tea. I liked it. I played Splatoon Raiders. I liked it. You should go play it if you have a Switch 2. If not, go get a Switch 2. But no, next week we'll talk about Avatar, which I really should have this week. I should have just done it earlier. I was waiting until later in the day, but I pushed it off. And God, I should have just done it earlier. But I was playing Splatoon instead. So we've got that next week. And then we've got Spider-Man. So we'll be talking about Spider-Man. I am excited. I'm more excited for Spider-Man than I am Avengers, somehow. I'm sure there'll be other stuff. Yeah, it's a weird show this week. It's a weird show tonight. But, you know, fuck it. I'm going to go back to playing Splatoon Raiders and watch the new Avatar. Yeah, because I don't... We could boot up King of Cards now, but I don't want to boot up King of Cards. We've already been going an hour. You know, it's good we have a shorter show. I don't do these that often. Funny. Oh. Alright, I think that's it. That's all I got. So with that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Till next time, peace.